Hey everyone, hope you are enjoying our previous classes. So today we are going to learn about model development by prompt. We'll also discuss about summarization model, image prompting and application of image prompting. So stay connected and enjoy the session.
So last time we discussed about the prompt engineering, which is based on text to text, where we are giving the prompt to generate the text. Text includes any kind of a essay writing, any kind of data search, code generation, all are comes under text. So now the next task for you is to develop a model to summarize them. Now each one have their own information with you. So we need to develop a project which is named as text summarization. Now, what is a text summarization? It is a technique in NLP, natural language process, where the goal is to condense a large amount of text into a concise version, preserving key information and the overall meaning. That means you have to add them all together and summarize the text by using a model which should be generated from the AI. So in chat GPT, you can ask them how to summarize the text and ask them to develop the code. So it will do that. So mostly what would be your objective? First thing is to collect the text. Second thing to summarize them. Two tasks. Okay. And I want you to do that by using the Gen AI techniques. Okay. So what exactly you need to do? You need to understand the steps. What are the steps to do this text summarization? The step one is collect and prepare the document, which you have already done. Second step is convert the Word document into text document. If you want to do the summarization into text format, you can do that. So what you need to do, you need to develop a Python code. So you need not to do anything. You just ask to the system to generate a Python code to convert the Word document into text document. Okay. Then next step, then ask to develop a Python code which will summarize the text. Okay. And finally process each document. And then you have to give some key parameters. And based on those key parameters, it will be summarize the text and show you the report. Okay. Finally, whatever the display format you want, like whether you want into a text format, doc format, or Excel format, you need to give that choice to the user, and the user wants to choose, it will generate it in that format. Okay. There are multiple online products available to summarize the text, but I believe you can do their own text summarization model, and you can take the help of the Gen AI to develop your text generation. So this is your first project in our internship, which is a very simple one. Mostly consider the document size. You should not consider a huge amount of data. It will be create problem because it need a processing area which need to have very huge memory. So understand your limitation of your own system. Based on that, summarize the text. Okay. Second is quality of summarization should be good. So whenever you apply the model, the summarization should give you useful information. Okay. Otherwise, it will capture everything, but it cannot summarize. That is not correct. Then finally, resources. So what are the resources you are using? What are the formats you are using? The text summarization. So initially, I think to make it as an examination, and I can give you 90 minutes, you can develop by your own. But for the timing, this is a task for you. After this session, you can sit there, you can try to gather all these codes and try to summarize that. Okay, and at the end of the day, each of you have a summarization model at least. So you can use your summarization model to summarize your own topics as well, like whatever the topics you have, it would be applied mathematics or applied physics, or if you are using some technical stuff, writing your own project by using lot many resources, that also it can summarize and give to you. Okay, so the major point is quality. Quality of your text summarizer should be very good, and it can be developed like now. If it is possible, you can each one of you can choose different data type. Sorry, document types. So somebody will take the .csv, somebody can take the JSON, XML. All this stuff is there. Anybody can pick different time, but if it will be same, it is okay, no issues. First you have to learn how to develop a text summarization model. So that's what I'm trying to give you a task. Let's proceed for today's prompting. It is called advanced prompting. So last time we understand what is a prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is a process to give the instruction to the system to develop some code or text or whatever your requirement, the generative AI model need to understand, and based on that they will act and develop the data. So we understand there are two processes in each model. First is prompt engineering and second is data generation. So prompt engineering, if it is good, half of your work is done. So you can develop your own product, your own code, your own summary, story, everything you can generate if you are able to give a good prompt. Now, what is prompting? It means instruction, which is very clear and specific for a task. Once the system can understand, it can develop. Now, whatever we studied last time, that is for text prompting. But if we are going to develop a image, what should be the prompting? Again, we call that image prompting. So anybody from you are interested in movies, in photography, in painting, they for them it is very interesting because there are many terms which are useful to do image prompting from those fields. Okay. So image prompting is very artful stuff by which we can generate good images for our uses. Okay. And the system will give it to you. Now, what are the image prompting process? The process is very simple. Image prompting, particularly in the context of AI generation, art involves providing a text-based description. Now, as we discuss, prompting is of 10 types. If you give input as text, getting output as text, that's well. If you are giving as text, getting in image, that is image prompting. If you're giving in an image and getting a text, that is image to text. Giving image, tweaking that, getting an image, yes. Giving text and getting the music. Giving text, getting the audio. Giving audio, getting text. Giving audio, getting image. So whatever the four major senses of human beings, you can do the permutation combination and you will get those stuff. Okay. So mostly it should be 4 factorial, 4 into 3 into 2, which should be 6 into 4, 24 permutation combinations. But most of the cases it happened, the text are common. So there are 10 processes where the input output changings are available, and based on that we are getting the output. So similarly in image prompting, we are giving the prompt in text and we are getting in output in images. Okay. So the system should be very intelligent. Whatever we are giving or in writing, they should understand and give us. So let's go some practicals and do a basic image prompting. Chat GPT is a mostly it is used for text to text generation, but we have a concept called del E, so which is used our text to image generation. So Any suggestion which image should we generate? Let's ask to the Delhi to generate an image of a college. Let's see what it is doing. So you can see I am just instructed to generate one image. So it will generate that image based on our instruction. And I didn't give anything. I'm just give a generic instruction to generate one image. So it generated one image, which is a college. Now it is a very good college which has multiple buildings, a administrative building, very similar to Oxford University. Okay, and there are other buildings and very big campus where you can see the cycle and vehicles are there. So that's how we're giving the text and generating the image. Now, what are the other logics we need to consider here? So input is obviously there, but you have to give some sense, object, color, mood, style, and even artistic influence you can give during the image prompting. Okay, and interpretation, the AI understand that. Okay, and whatever the images are there in their database, let it be 1,000 or whatever the database it holds, based on that they understand and apply this concept and generate a image which is new in nature. So it will do the image generation. It will take from each of the natural and whatever the synthesized process available and capture everything and generate a image. The final product is your image. Now, when we are saying image, we are generating. So what is the application of this image generation, image prompting? So the bigger application is in art and design. Have you watched the Avatar movie? You can see all those images. That is a we call that diffusion process. So some artists design that, things over that, and then they generated those backgrounds, those characters. So that is very much used in art and design. Entertainment industry, yes, in entertainment industry also it is used. Star Wars, all these movies, which are uh, futuristic in nature. We don't know what is going to happen in future, but they are generating the images, which is very much in future. So in that case, what we do, we train the model with different pictures, and based on those pictures, these futuristic images are coming. So entertainment industry is one of the area. Then advertising and marketing agency. Obviously, advertising and marketing agency, they do campaign, they do new kind of media post, and social media post these days are very popular. And advertisement industry always looking for how to push the product in a different way. So creativity is so much in advertisement industry because they have limited time. Like in an advertisement, you have only 30-second to 60-second maximum. Within that, you have to push your product, say all your products on positiveness and influence the consumer. So that's very creative field. So that's how it is useful. Education, obviously in education sector, any kind of a learning model or text textbook where you need to represent everything in a pictorial format, image prompting is necessary. Fashion designing, definitely it needs, because previously people do manual drawings. Now with Gen AI, they can just ask what to do, how to change somehow, color, texture, visualization, everything they can feel and they can see. And finally, therapy and mental health. Now people react with different pictures, and by that, this is also useful. Now you can understand what is the real task of image processing as I put all this stuff and asked to generate. This is one of the prompt I gave to Dell E to generate one areas where the image processing is useful. And it shows me, okay, art and design, fashion, advertisement, fashion, entertainment industry, customization of the product, research product, all these areas it shows me for uh, image prompting. Now, Apart from those areas, there are other areas like research and development, urban planning. Research and development, definitely, if you have different amino acid or your what we call DNA structure, RNA structure, there are many structures which human previously drawing are there. These days, they capture from microscope. They give those images to the system models. Model capture them, and when you add to RNA or DNA, RNN, so it will generate a new structure. Those you can see in the system. So those things are very common these days, but very useful. Previously, it took thousands of years. I can't say thousands of years, but hundred of years to understand one structure and create a new structure. Similarly, urban planning, all these architects, they take a lot of time to do urban planning. Now you have houses and you train the system, okay, and it will automatically generate the architectural model for you. So architecture jobs are gone. Huh? Customized consumer products. Products are there. We can customize that. We can change the like as in fashion designing, we change the color, texture. Similarly, we can change the product color, texture, everything, and it will automatically, mostly in the car industry. Their looks are always very important because that will increase their price. And obviously, engine is there, but looks, they always prefer a good look with a less price. Virtual reality and augmented reality, obviously, in that case, we need lot many pictures which will be 3D in nature. So all these areas are useful. But when we are developing this image prompting, we are uh, take, uh, taking the help of certain techniques. Okay, we'll discuss those techniques one by one. The first technique is style modifier. Style modifier consists of produce certain styles in image generation. Okay, style modifier can combine produce more specific styles. Specific styles, they can include information about art period, schools, style, art materials or media, techniques or artist. So the pictures in schools, the pictures in your books, the pictures in the media, the pictures in the technical books, and the pictures developed by the artist are different. We call that different style of pictures. So we need to give that structure. Let's try one more in our Gen AI system. Okay, generate a, just I'm thinking about a painting. So painting art. So it will give a different kind of picture. What it means, each style are different. So your textbook style is different, reporting style is different. So that is called style management. Like here you can see it is looks like a painting style. Okay. But previous one is more accurate, more generic. So those styles are there. There are key words. So some people have their own style. Own style means if there is a very big painter, like Leonardo da Vinci is very big painter. He has lot many paintings. So we train those paintings to the system, and the system can understand, and it will create its own style of Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, or somebody who is very popular, developed so much, so you can understand that style. Okay, so those style keywords are there. Once style you understand, you develop that understanding, you need to go for quality booster. Quality booster are terms added to promote the improved non-style specific quality of generation image. So each time you can ask to the system to develop the quality. So I can ask, make it more clear and clean. So what it means, I'm instructing the system that make the images more clean and clear. So it will be more, uh, the quality will be more higher. So quality booster means each time if you are not happy, you can ask the system to develop or make it more developed, more clean, more clear, more. So there are, or increase the pixel size, improve it more digitalized. So all those keywords you can use. Using the quality booster can help to improve the overall quality of the generation image. So like make it 2K resolution, 4K resolution, 8K resolution, clear. I used clear or clean, masterpiece, like that. You can use some keywords. Next is repetition. Repetition, it is very common in art. Okay. So because the artist always looking something which is very much, uh, we can say, they call that the wow effect should be there. If you see some art form of the artist, and if he is satisfied, that means the whole world will be satisfied. So they always use repetition formats. Why? Because each time they want to go more specific, more accurate. So the repetition can be used in objects, shapes, colors, pattern, repeating the image and till it will get the best one. Okay, so like in this picture, you can see um, the the artist tried in different colors. Sometime red face, sometime yellow hair, sometime yellow and green face. But finally, it gets something which is very much good. Okay, so it happened in multiple times, multiple layers. So that we call the repetition. Then after repetition, the next technique we call the attenuation to the details. So attenuation means when you are giving any instruction to the Gen AI, you have to be very strategic in nature. You have to give not much combination, but less combination. You have to give accurately what is artistic expressive for the AI images. If you give more details, it will be like destroyed. If you will give less details, again, it will not give what you are exactly looking for. So you have to be attenuate, you have to be limit your inputs in a strategically manner that you can get what exactly you are looking for. And attenuation method actually of three specific perspective, specific description should be there, balance, details, and flexibility. If you have knowledge on how to mix and match the colors, give the actual balance prompts, and then only it will give you the detail. Okay. Always put some open-ended questions to AI, so it will be more creative. And with that, you have to balance your specific. You should not allow that it will generate anything. Okay. Incremental detailing. You should give uh, each first you will get a base, then slowly improve that. Incremental details should be there. Okay. All this stuff we call the attenuation details. Now here we can see a picture of attenuation details. Everything is overly looked. Okay. Why it is overly looked? Because the the uh, inputs are so much inputs are given. So even if stuffs are there, you are not clean, you are not clear. So when you make it balanced, you'll find something like this, very simple and clarity. So what it means, there will be there are vehicles who has in a different mode, which can carry many things. Those carry things can be shown here. Okay, so that is the objective. Now, when we put without any attenuation, it will give you anything random. But if you make it simple, it will give more clear and simplified version. So attenuation is also important stuff in prompting. Improve the attenuation. Obviously, you can improve the attenuation. There are some specific instructions given here, like creating the best output with generating AI can be tricky. The best result from daily text box. It's important to throw specific details and include information about the camera model, focal length, lens, and lighting desire for the photorealistic image. So if you are a very good artist, you have all this information from how far you are looking the object, what should be the light intensity. You can give that details to the GenAI, it will generate that. Experimentation with prompt is the key achieving the desired outcome, and it may take several tries get the perfect result. Okay. Similarly, provide specific details, which is specific medium style to for image prompt. Consider including the artistic brand, like obviously which brand you are looking for. So if you give those things to Delhi, it will definitely generate. And include the descriptive objective, like which color you are looking for, which playful happiness, which mood you are looking for. Help build desired artistic. Okay. And remember, when you are giving all these inputs, you try different possibility. Then you can go to the best one. For photographs, consider specific camera, like 4K camera, 8K digital camera, or like that. You ask to generate the photograph. Okay. Next technique is generating the different image style. Now, image styles are different. Why? Because when the painting is developed, the painting is developed with different ways. Initially, people do painting, and slowly photographs come into picture. Slowly with time, the digital photography come into picture. Slowly computer photography. In between that, thermal photography was there. So there are different types of styles. Okay. So with the generative AI, you can ask them which style or which kind of photography you are looking for. Like here you can see you are looking to develop some cartoon style photographs. So cartoon style photographs are different than the realistic photographs. Okay. So realistic photograph again different from a artistic photograph. Artistic photograph is style is different uh, than your digital photograph. Okay. So based on your understanding, which type of style of photograph you are looking. Now, initial, we are understanding these styles, which are based on the um, different like artist. Now, this is based on the technology as the era go from artist to digitalized world. So there are in between that there are different eras of photography. Okay, so those photographies you can ask to generate that. Okay, like here there is a example of realistic cartoon and abstract photograph, and each cases there are bit different. Next is you're trying the different art medium style. Art medium style means when using image generation tools specific to the art medium can significantly influence the outcome. Okay. So like art medium means you can give a color penciled one, watercolor one, leather coloring. Okay. So those are art medium styles. Like if you use oil painting, the output would be different. You prompt that I need a picture in oil painting. You can change that to watercolor. You can see the difference. Change that to the pencil sketch or acrylic. It will be changed. Or you can ask that, okay, I want that painting in ink or pastel. It will be different. If you ask that, no, I am looking at paint in digital art. It will be different. Mixed medium, like combining the pastel and digital, it will be different. Or sculpture, which is mostly used by clay, or photography. So that means based on your medium of the style, again, it will be changed. Should we do some experiment? You can see here. I gave the instruction to the GenAI to produce something. So you can see the painting, oil painting, watercolors, and pencil colors. Okay, mixed colors. This is photography, sculpture, and sculpture with the oil painting, pastel color. So everything has their own impact on this diagram. Sorry, on these pictures. So it means based on your medium style, the output would be different. Then getting digital look. When the promoting for a digital look, which is modern and contemporary looks, Okay, modern and contemporary looks means you are looking something which is digital in nature, in futuristic in nature, or you can say element which are very sharp and the vector lines would be there and very cleanly unnatural color should be used. So we call that digital look. Okay, so I'll give you example. Okay, so this digital painting means it will be look it is very clean and updated because digital pictures are basically high pixel pictures. So it is more cleaner. Okay, so that's how it is impacted. Now, so whenever you are using the digital look, you have to use some keywords. Now, the basic image prompting concept is each time when you are using any kind of a technique, you need to use their keywords. So here, yesterday I developed one diagram or sorry picture which is looks a digital look. So this digital look is about a store, fashion store, and you can see it is totally giving the looks of a digital store look. It is not actual, but it is virtual, but it can give you the actual particular senses. So that kind of a stuff we can generate from Del E. Next, retro. Now, retro is a concept. It's a um, very useful concept because most of this entertainment industry, they use retro very seriously. So retro always linked to some eras. So if somebody is trying to make a movie on Mahatma Gandhi, they has to go to the 19th century and 20th century. If somebody wants to make a movie on let's consider it on Kapilendra Dev. He is in 15th century. So he has to understand what should be the roads, the cities, what are the stuffs at that time looks like. Now here it is one of the example about Britain and about the era which developed from Britain to US and slowly how the US developed. So you can say in 17th century, there is no train and there is basically the steam engines are introduced in the market. See these pictures in 17th century, you can see the houses are there, no train is there, just the steam engine introduced in the market, and slowly it will proceed, and it will proceed with the another futuristic train and high rise buildings with, you can say, slowly the parliamentary structure come into picture, Statue of Liberty is come into 19th century, and slowly the dress up also changes. So each era has their own style, and when we say retro, means we are going back to the previous eras, and we are generating that. So like there are some keywords for retro: vintage cars, ancient Roman mosque, mosaic, okay, color field, okay. So all these retrospective stuff, those whatever I put here, mostly this is linked to the Western world. You can find the words which are retro in nature for the Indian perspective. Okay. Then next is generating good photography. So here also when we are saying generating good photography, the basic concept here is you have to understand the angles. Like good photography mostly is about realistic looks. Image, how you can find that uh, what time of the day, means where there would be more light, what would be the angle of the camera. All this stuff, if you give instruction, particularly, even if you can give the instruction of the lens of the camera, how good your lens is, and based on that it can generate a good photography. Now here there is a photograph generated about a young girl, and in that we can see what is the inputs are given. Here is the generating image of a young girl in a scenic park during the golden hour, capturing the perfect blend of composition, lighting, subject and mood. So this kind of instruction, if you give, will guide and get this kind of a output. Okay. So you have to understand all these keywords to generate good photograph as well. So let's try one photography. Anybody wants to try to give some prompt to develop a good photograph? Okay, anybody can say about anybody's look. So I can put here, generate a image or an image of a superhero, Indian origin with digital suit. Okay, let's see how kind of superhero it is generating from Indian origin with digital suit. Okay, so it developed one superhero, is the superhero. Now we can tweak this picture in a different way. Now here the superhero looks like he looks Indian or he looks like foreigner. Okay, so we can give some mask to the superhero. Cover the face. Now it is taking blue and black because I tried lot much Orites color code. So the superhero is coming from Orites color code. So I asked them to put a cover on the face. So superhero is always in disguise, so they don't reveal their identity. Now, as I mentioned last time, there are 1200 filters. There are 1.825 trillion data is there, and that's how it is working. Which one is better, this one or this one? So that's fine. So the superhero is developed. So like that, you can ask anything. Okay, next is object creation. Till now, whatever we are developing, those are 2D in nature. So you can develop anything which is 3D in nature, like this football. It's a 3D football, okay, not a 2D football. This temple, it's a 3D temple. 3D means it is an object. Now, objects are um, either 2D or 3D, but mostly when we say object, it is always a 3D picture. And for 3D picture, you have to understand some keywords. If you know dimension very well, you can give to the system to generate some 3D diagrams. Here, this is 3D also. The superhero is in already 3D, but you can ask to develop any object like create a moving 3D football. Okay. So when I'm instructing that creative moving 3D football, it should, okay, it is asking modeling the football using 3D model software like Blender, Maya, or 3D Max. You can create and you can animate the football. And at the end, it will generate one image. But I didn't instruct him to generate one image. So I'll instruct now, generate one image. So generate an image. So it will take its own time and generate it. So you need to understand all the keywords. So each time when I'm going in a particular technique, the rule is keywords. If you know the keywords, you can prompt very quickly, very easily. And by that, the system also generate good pictures or objects.
So hope you enjoyed our today's session. If you like this video, then do like, share and subscribe our channel.